right, what up, everybody? Welcome to episode 19 of The No Show. It's your host, Louther. Joining me as always, Nathan.
What up, what up, what up?
Greg.
I'm back.
And Gabe. What up, guys? It's Charles. No, just joking. Gabe's not here today.
So we're just going to have
take care of some business.
like we said before the podcast, we're just going to have Greg and Gabe just switch off every week.
No, I want to be real for a second. Gabe's not taking this serious enough, you know?
No, he's not.
He's not showing up. I had like personal business to attend to, you know? I had to go live my night of nostalgia and listen to a bunch of emo bands from back in the early 2000s. But Gabe, what is he doing? What is he doing right now? Work?
Well,
yeah,
who needs work?
Wait, I would have quit already.
What did you go to?
I went to Taste of Chaos.
Which was...
It was a show with Taking Back Sunday.
That's what it was.
Dude,
Taking Back...
Dashboard Confessional.
Okay.
Seosin and the early November.
Okay. Did they play any good Louder? Is it Louder Now?
Yeah, they played 4 Louder Now songs and it was awesome. That's my favorite album by Taking Back Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only album I really like by Taking Back Sunday.
It was awesome.
Was it an all-day thing? Like a festival, kind of?
Yeah, it's like a tour. A big tour that they do
that's-
every year, and they get different bands every year for it. It's sponsored by Rockstar.
Oh, okay. So there's like energy drinks flying everywhere.
Yeah.
People are doing like backflips.
Literally flying at your face.
Oh. Hopefully they're like
and then
plastic
shit
bottles.
started to hit the fan like Sunset Overdrive with the
Oh, yeah.
with the Monster Energy
Yeah.
drinks.
Everyone
Okay.
turned to zombies. And
Yeah,
You're
it was
like
fun.
bouncing off cars and stuff like that. It got real fun at one point.
Yeah. Then I saw the Cure Friday.
oh,
Yeah.
jealousy.
So I'm a huge Cure fan, and I've never seen it before. And they played for almost 3 hours at Lakewood in Atlanta, and it was...
Did you cry man tears?
I did actually. Boys don't cry.
This guy.
Luther's like, I don't get the joke.
Yeah, I don't-
Who's the Cure?
I was gonna say I on Friday I
Who
saw
is this band?
I saw One Piece
Oh,
at my
sweet,
house.
Sweet. I watched some
I saw-
Netflix.
Yo, on Friday I saw some porn on my phone in my bathroom, and then I cried myself to sleep.
So Nathan, what's up? You said you had some news for us.
Yeah, I got some news. I guess we'll get into it before we get into our topic for the day. We'll start off with a little PlayStation Plus stuff.
PS Plus.
I just thought it was a cool stat because, I mean, how many PS4s are they saying are out there right now?
In the wild, probably like 40 million at this point now. Last time I checked, it was like 37.
Yeah, I think I actually think it's over 40.
It's over 40 now
I want to say it's over 40. They say it's gonna hit over 50 by the
end
end of the year.
Okay.
But yeah, I read an article that said that there are 20.8 million subscribers to PlayStation Plus at the moment.
You said 20?
20.8.
So that's already
million.
half.
That's
Damn.
yeah. I think it's a little bit under a half because I still think it's like 41, 42 or something like that sold, but that is near half. And I mean, I would never expect that, especially when you're looking at numbers like how many Xbox players had Xbox Live by the end of the generation for 360 and how many consoles were sold. I wasn't even near that. It was in, it was in its 20, it was like 20 something, 25 maybe. And there were over 70, 80 million consoles. So
I'm guessing it's just because there's more games that are online now, and there's more people playing online.
yeah.
And I think too, I didn't think it was going to happen at first when PS4 first came out and they were talking about that everybody was going to need PS Plus to play online. And I thought most people would overlook the free games. But I've been talking to a lot of people lately who honestly, they don't really play much other than Call of Duty or anything on their PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But they do look forward to each month getting free games.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't even think they would know about that.
Yeah, and I think the average consumer, since they have that big PS Plus button at the top now, it's not like buried inside of the PlayStation Store anymore. It's gotten a lot more casual. But that was the question I
Lot
wanted to
more
ask you
cash.
guys. With I think it was a really interesting stat, and I wanted to bring it up to everybody. But also, do you think they need to up their games with PlayStation Plus? And I'm not saying, because I don't think answering it with AAA titles is the way to go. But
I mean, if we're talking about AAAs, they've definitely upped their game in the last 4 months.
2K16 was probably one of their best they've done.
Yeah, and
If
they
you're
gave
not- if you're not a
Tropico,
yeah,
and now they're giving.
Tropico, whatever.
But I mean,
think
it's a
that big.
$60 game. It's AAA.
It's
That's
one
what
of
I'm
those
saying.
games. It's one of those games to where it's one of the few. It's one of the only games in its genre on the system, so it stays at that hefty price. I think.
There's no Civ on PS4.
Huh?
There's no like Civ, like Civilization or anything like that.
No. Tropico's like the one big game that's like that. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah,
You saw that
that's
with
right.
360 though. You saw that with PS3 as well. When I worked at GameStop, they never sold, but they always stayed at a high price. And I was like, I guess because it's one of those genres that's just barely on that
And it's
on a
weird when
console
you see
space.
somebody pick one up too.
Yeah. So no, but my question is, do you think they need to do stuff like Rocket League? Rocket League came out
Still
day to day.
one of the greatest.
Yeah, one of the greatest. I think it's like, when I think of games like that, or Xbox is doing it this month with Banner Saga 2. It's coming out. It's releasing on Xbox free.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Banner Saga 2.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try that game, but I'm really afraid of it.
I got it for like
Same
$5.
here.
Yeah.
I want to play because the art style.
Yeah.
Art style is beautiful, and I completely forgot that I actually had that game on my Steam account, and or the first one. I've heard they fixed a lot of the problems with the first one in the second one, so
That's what I've
I'm
seen
just
too.
I don't even know if I want to play the first one. I mean, I'll try it out, but
Talking about art styles and indie games like we're doing right now. Shout out to your boy Colin M. He got me to look up I Am Setsuna, and dude, I want that game now.
yep,
It looks
and
real
that
pretty.
game
Yeah.
is that game's awesome. I think it'd be something really cool that we could all play together as well.
Is it multiplayer?
I Am Setsuna?
Yeah.
I think it is. Hold on, I might. Not
Oh,
be
I think
thinking of-
it's a co-op RPG. I believe. I think it's
I think that's what the-
4-player co-op.
That's what that game is like.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't
How
know
bad?
that.
Yeah.
See, I just saw the party system, and the way it looks like just looks like old school Final Fantasy. So I was like,
No, yeah.
all
I
right.
think it's a 4-player co-op.
Well,
for
if
the
that
whole-
is
the whole
4-player
campaign.
co-op, I'm down to play that with you guys.
I Am Setsuna, yeah. It's 4 players.
Sweet.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's like the big thing. It was like a I don't know. I'm interested in it. I think that'd be
I'm-
really cool, and I think that's something that like JRPGs haven't really touched that well.
Yeah.
I'm just really interested into all this stuff that like it's all of a sudden coming out about Square. Like the people who worked on I Am Setsuna, I heard for like the first maybe year or so of them developing that game, they didn't even know they were working for Square. Like imagine that, like Square was that scared to tell them.
It's like all the people that are working
Yeah.
on Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's like, by the way, you're working on this game. And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, what?
I thought I didn't have a job.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm interested in it. I think games like that need to, and I'm not saying that game particularly, but like, going back to the PlayStation Plus, I think games of that scale are where they really need to put their money in.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I don't know, I checked that like we're getting Saints Row 4 Get Out of Hell for PlayStation Plus this month, and I don't really give a shit.
Who cares?
And then the other game was like Fury, and I'm like, dude, I honestly
oh wait, we're
Is that
getting
the plain one?
no,
The
it
new game?
is yeah.
Oh, we're getting that for free.
Yeah,
What is it?
Sweet. Okay, it's like
Eh.
it's a game developed by like a French developer,
Okay.
and it just looks like a kind of like top-down, like third-person-y action-y shooter game.
That was like the original GTA.
no, it's not a shooter.
It's-
He has a sword.
Well, yeah,
he's
but
shooting
it
stuff
looks
out,
like
too.
it looks like a shooter though. It looks like a Japanese shooter
Yeah,
where like you kind of
But
circle
I-
strafe around bosses and
yeah, you strafe.
dodge like bullets. And
It really
stuff like
looks
that.
a lot like old school Zelda fights meets like shooting like top down shooting mechanics. That's how I put it.
Yeah.
You guys said it's just
But
called
the
Rush.
soundtrack is
Fury, I
Awesome.
think.
Oh, Fury?
Furi.
the soundtrack's done by a bunch of French producers. One being, I'm drawing a blank on what his name is.
I can't
But yeah,
really remember.
Like all the music sounds awesome.
the music sounded cool, but the art style was not really my thing.
Mm.
I don't think it really looked that great. Hey, it could be totally fun.
It's like if 80s clashed with anime. That's kind of what the art.
yeah,
style looks
I
like
could
to
see
me.
that. Yeah.
It does look like that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
I mean, I'll play it for free.
I think it's I'll
Oh,
definitely play
same
it for
here.
free. I think it's a hit or miss with me. It could be pretty good, or it could just be what I think it might be is just. all
Oh,
right.
dude, I'm so down for this. I've only seen like
Yeah.
30 seconds of
What
it.
I
Oh,
meant
I'm
for, like by
down.
shooter is like a bullet hell kind of shooter.
Oh yeah, dude, this is just like Gungeon. I'm so down. I'm so down. Do you level up your character?
I know nothing other than
I
what
only
I told
saw
you.
that trailer.
Yeah.
Like the actual
Dude,
gameplay
this
looks cool,
looks
and like
sick.
when you're like rushing behind like barriers and stuff like that, that really reminisces of like old school like boss fights for me when it comes to Zelda.
Oh no, dude! I'm so down. I'm
Oh,
so
no.
down for this game. So it goes like top down while you're fighting and like damaging the dude, and it looks like when you actually start damaging him, it goes into like a more
Zooms
up close,
in.
yeah, like third person camera, and you start slashing the shit out of him.
Yeah, it looks interesting, but I'm like I said, I'm skeptical on it. I don't like the art style. But I'm not going to judge it over that, like through and through. I'm going to give it a chance, especially if I'm getting it for free. You know.
Oh, I'm down. I'm sold already.
Not gonna be like these other people out here complaining like, why do we get fucking indie games?
No, I
Where's
want indie
my
games.
where's
I want
my
them to
Doom? Why don't I get Doom for free? It's like the game just came out, you idiot.
Yeah, straight up.
Like, what do you expect?
I hope we get no, but I'm saying like I hope we get like shot alike caliber games or
No, I'm pretty happy with what they've been doing with PlayStation Plus. As far as on all the consoles that like the games they've been picking for Vita, for PlayStation 3 and PS4.
yeah.
I
I mean, like
think they're
PS3
gonna
gets
keep,
good ones now because it's just such a
there's such a library of games.
Yep. and like not
Yeah, right. I think
how
they're
much
gonna
money
keep,
are they really
keep
getting?
doing what they're doing with the PS4 games though, with like Fury, and then what they did with Rocket League, where they'll put out some games that like day one came out for free with PlayStation Plus, just because I think that's been working for them and helping out.
I think it's good for developers.
It helps
too.
out developers with exposure.
Rocket
for
League
sure.
said it worked out with them.
Yeah.
It like actually worked out for the better. No, that's what I'm saying. I would like them to really capitalize on one big game a month instead of two.
I mean, dude, it
I like the
depends.
variety.
That's what I'm saying. It depends. Like
One
maybe
could be
one
a
month.
dud, and then the others.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like
could be totally.
I'd rather have a
opposite for
Rocket League
another
every
person.
couple months than
I mean,
two okay games.
if they let us vote on
You're
like,
not gonna get like a game like Rocket League.
Okay, but the
that
voting
often.
thing, the voting
Yeah.
thing was
Like
so
it's the
broken
best game of last year.
because
I
like,
know I'm not talking about like the way they had it. I
Yeah.
mean, if they're gonna do one game, then they need to give us like a list of like 20 games that they range from like $10 to like $25, and they're like, here.
What do you guys think about the voting thing they've done a couple times?
I don't
where
like
you
it because
don't pick your game?
it's like, what
Wasn't
super
he-
shitty game do you want?
Yeah.
It was like two really shitty games in one.
So you didn't like any of the choices they've given you so
No,
far?
I
Like that
didn't-
month where they were where it was Broforce was one of them. The other two games I don't even remember. I saw Broforce and I was like, dude, this is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like everybody else wanted that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes one of those things, and I don't think that's a fair way to put it when it's like 10 or 20 on a vote. Because I mean, like these are big licensing deals. That's basically what it is.
I mean, I'd rather trust whoever's curating.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
saying.
been doing it, like,
No, whoever's
Yeah.
doing it is
But
doing a
like,
pretty decent job.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure when Rocket League came out, that was the only free game for the month.
No, there's two. There's been two forever.
Then it was a super small game. It was one of those like I don't really care titles. Then
I mean,
some kind of indie game. I'm
yeah,
sure, for
it's,
PlayStation.
it's like
4.
that like every month. They have that big one that they showcase. Like like next month is Saints Row, and then they have Fury, which I'd rather have Fury be showcased than Saints Row.
see, like NBA worked because of like the timing and all that type of stuff.
You got
and,
Gone
like,
Home too. but-
Gone Home. See, I'd rather have that. I'm more excited for Gone Home than I am 2K. 2K
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm
good.
saying.
2K is great because I mean it's just a time consumer. If I don't want to sit there and think about anything, I can play it. But I'm ready for that experience. I want to play Gone Home with Devin. So it's one of those things. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm really excited. I want to make sure I want to play this the right day because it's only a 2-hour experience.
Right.
So I don't want to force it on Devin or anything like that. So it's definitely one of those games that I'm interested in playing soon. But anyway, let's get out of that. Just thought it was interesting that
As time goes
nearing-
on, we might get more sort of AAA or AA bigger games.
I mean, we're already getting like
because
pretty
the
decent
library's
ones now.
getting bigger.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a slow but slowly but surely. But after looking at those numbers, I'm like, I feel like they could do a little bit better
Wait, what do you mean? What numbers?
in a consistency. Not saying that they're not dropping good games, but it's like one good game. I feel like every 3 months. We had Broforce 3 months ago.
Think so.
I think it was 2 or yeah, and like 2K was the last big one,
Yeah.
and Gone Home. I think last month was amazing. Last month was probably their best one of the year so far. I think in a through and through.
Yeah, because I can't remember anything else that's come out for free that I've messed with. I wish they would
I
have
mean,
given
I've played a
Gungeon
couple
for free.
things. I've played a couple things, but
Lara Croft, Galaxy.
Lara Croft I think was last year though. I've been holding on to that for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like,
Galaxy was pretty good. I picked it up for like $5, but God, dude, that game's hard. That game's really hard. Anyway, let's see. I think we only have like 2 other. Oh yeah. So PlayStation VR is having its last slew of pre-orders coming out. It's gonna be on GameStop.com. I'm guessing, of course, at that point you're gonna have to pay
sold out.
pay for it fully.
Sold out.
But by the time you're listening to this, it might be still up there. So hopefully, if you're big on wanting to get VR at launch, this is probably going to be your last chance. But talking about VR, so
You tried it.
I tried it. Yeah,
You went to a little local Best Buy.
yeah.
Put on a
local
sweaty helmet.
Yeah.
No, it's only the second
got
person.
pink eye.
That was nice.
Yeah.
But no, I've tried Eve, Valkyrie. So there's like five games on there. I can't really remember. I know it was VR Worlds. That there's a tank game and like some other stuff. I don't really care.
No res?
But no res. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, they had Eve Valkyrie up there, and dude, holy shit!
Yeah.
It's it. That's the we'll have a topic about this when we all finally get to try it out and see what this is all about. But
See, I'm more of a HTC Vive guy myself. I don't think I'll ever fuck with a PlayStation VR.
okay.
Fuck
Okay.
Sony.
All right. Have fun dropping $2,000 to get a computer and the Vive to all work together, and then still having trouble getting it to work together because games don't work on it and whatever else.
But yeah, Eve, dude. Straight up though, straight up. It's one of those things to where like, how everybody in the industry is like, it's so hard to show what VR is without doing it. That's exactly it. Is that
Yeah.
it really is? Like I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like these guys are like, are they bullshitting me? Like I'm not saying like I don't believe them, but I'm just like, I really don't think it's really what they're cutting it as. Like, is it really the future? And then I tried it out, and I was like, dude. I mean, there's going to be, I would say in 10 years, half the games you're playing are going to be in VR.
Damn. Looks like I'm gonna go back to playing board games.
The original game.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's one of those things, man. Like, it's, I think the part where I like literally freaked out was I was looking and I was like, dude, this is really cool. Like, the 3D looks amazing.
This is cool and all, but how does it compare to that Jurassic Park game in Chuck E. Cheese? That shit was crazy.
Dude,
that was immersive.
The, like 96 Jurassic Park arcade
Yes,
game? That's
that's
the
what I'm-
best.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, dude. If I felt like I was in the Jeep shooting T-Rexes.
Okay, 2 minutes into the game, I forgot I was even in a Best Buy.
Damn.
Yep. And then it turned off, and I was like, shit.
I have to go back to reality now.
And I took it off, and I was like, dude, can
Can I have this?
Somebody walked past Nathan, farted. He's like, what's that smell? Can I
I hear like, I smell fire.
yeah.
Everything's changed.
Turn it on.
I can taste colors.
I take it off, and I'm the only one in the Best Buy, and it's like everything else is burning down except the PlayStation and VR and me, and I'm like, might as well die playing something fun.
Dude just straps back in and goes, that's not the reality I wanted to see.
No, but dude, I think the part where I like literally was like, oh my god, is when I like looked down and there's like a virtual body. I had boobies. I had boobies, guys.
Hey.
I have virtual boobies. No.
But you couldn't do anything
I
with
did.
those boobies.
So
I couldn't.
Talking
No.
about boobies, how do you think this is gonna integrate with my porn consumption?
I mean, that's already happening. But
Dude, I heard their Pornhub's booth at E3 was like insane. There was like a line like all the way through the whole convention just so people could
Good
watch
for Pornhub.
VR.
Which I
porn.
don't get though. Like your phone can become a VR head. Like just get Google
just get a
Cardboard.
Galaxy and then.
Why would you
plug
pay
that thing in.
$400 to get PlayStation VR to watch some girl do what she has to do for money?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm buying it for that, but it's always a bonus. I don't know, dude. I think that's the part where it's like, it's a little
it's
weird
weird.
for me.
But Eve Valkyrie though, That's the one with the mechs, right?
No, that's the one when
It's
you're
the,
in
space combat.
Space combat. Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
that's where I'm currently at with VR. Is like I have no doubt in my mind that anything you're in a cockpit is gonna be freaking awesome. Like
Yeah.
space combat or flight sims. Like I can't wait until Ace Combat comes out.
I
'cause
can't
that's
wait,
gonna be
dude.
Sick.
Okay, after doing that though, I literally solely just want that Star Wars VR
Yeah,
experience that
the
they're
X-wing
releasing.
mission.
Did they
Yeah.
have that?
Yeah.
They
Best
didn't
Buy?
have
No,
it
that's
at
not
Best
even.
Buy,
I don't even
but-
think that's.
Oh,
done.
okay.
Like,
Yeah, it's not
I don't
done.
think that's ready.
But it's gonna be really polished. It's gonna be one of those experiences.
Yeah, that'll
but
be awesome.
it's definitely one of those things you would just want to keep replaying. Like straight up though, I could have replayed that whole mission like through and through every single time, and dude, and it was so cool because like the perspective that you see on like if you go on like YouTube, because I watched gameplay of it on YouTube afterwards because I was showing it to Devin like to say this is what I did on VR. Dude, it really doesn't do it justice at all. Because, like, you can see, like, the handle on, like, I guess to, like, shoot out or something like that.
In the cockpit.
In the cockpit. And, like, all in the same video. But you don't see that when you're looking directly onto the game. You gotta, like, look up and you see that thing. Like, and it looks like it's, like, right there in front of you. And you're like, dude, holy shit. And, like, when I was, like, using my boost and I would actually have to, like, look down to look at my, like, meter. I'm like, dude, this is insane. This is a type of like gameplay I've never experienced before.
Question though,
Yo, what up?
because I mean, all this stuff's literally sounds amazing, and it does sound like it could be the future of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, 10 years along the road, but at the same time, what you were experiencing, how's that different from like going to an arcade and playing an arcade game? Because it just sounds like you were just on an on-rail shooter.
No, because you control everything.
Okay, you control everything.
You
though.
control exactly where you go.
And Eve, yeah.
and
And in Eve, of course, like Until Dawn, like
Yeah.
you're gonna
On rails.
have stuff that's gonna be on rails, of course.
okay, see, I thought the Eve Valkyrie was you were
No.
just a turn on a ship and you're just shooting people trying to get a high score.
No,
No.
like it's a whole area. You can crash into stuff. I bet you can.
And is there,
Straight
like-
dogfighting,
Like a
space
story, or is this just gameplay?
I mean, I don't
like,
know. I
purely?
only did like a 5-minute demo.
And it didn't. But I'm saying though, like even when the demo started,
I mean,
it
people
didn't
were
explain
talking and
anything
stuff
to you?
like that. I mean, it was like it felt like one of those things to like how a demo like just throws you
Yeah.
in and you're like, oh, what's going on? I'm interested.
No, the
and
only
then it
reason I'm
ends.
asking is because I want to know if this is like if these are actual games. in
Eve
the
is a
typical-
game.
It's out already.
Eve's a full game.
Yeah, they released that with the
With Rift.
with
Oh,
the-
okay.
I think when the Oculus Rift came out, it was a launch title.
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, I just want to know. I mean, I bet they are like full games. But what I'm saying though is this something you could see yourself throwing in like 10 hours?
No, yeah, I see where you're
Yes.
coming from.
Is that game particularly? Yes, and especially because, dude, I was swirling, twirling, doing fucking
I was
360.
swirling
I was
and
swirling and twirling. Dude,
And
we should make like a
twerking
fucking
and
VR
working.
song. No, but dude, straight up, I was doing everything. I was like the L1 and R1 like tilted it tilted the spaceship.
Oh, so you played with a controller? You didn't play with the move?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think they had it to where because some of them did, but you use that. You use the controller in that, and it worked just fine because it kind of felt more natural because in a spaceship you're not like wailing your hands like left and right. You know, there's like a stick that you control with, and buttons that fire. So a controller like that does work with that game. But something like maybe like VR Worlds. If I asked if I wanted to do VR Worlds, I think he would have gotten the 2 Move controllers that they had connected.
Because from what I've heard is that for the first like year or so of PlayStation VR, it's most of the games are going to be primarily controller, and they're going to start working their way to move
A
controllers.
handful of the games, I think it's just a game by game basis
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Some have moved. Some
Oh,
Some
no.
of them let you do either or.
No, that's what I
depending
heard. I
on
heard
you wanna do.
most for the most part.
No,
it's gonna be either or.
I think it depends on the situation. Like this, I'd much rather have that. It makes sense. There's no point of having
Unless you got a
move
flight
controllers.
stick.
Unless you have a flight stick, yeah. But something like the London heist, because I think they had the heist in
Guns.
there. Or when GameStop's going to be, they're going to be moving VRs into GameStop, and I think he said the heist is going to be in that.
Oh.
So I'm definitely checking that out when
I wanna
GameStop
deal with all
pops
the
up.
fucking people at GameStop. To
No,
play
yeah,
that
that's
shit.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
still
joking
doing
about the
it.
Best Buy being dirty, but
No.
that game
I
trouble.
think because of how they were doing it, they had a guy that was trained for VR. in
Oh,
there.
so like a Sony rep
a
then.
Sony person came in and set up a area.
Okay, and
Cleaned
are
it
these
every time, had cloth like stuff ready to clean it every time someone like put it on.
I mean, if they have that at GameStop, I mean, I'll suit up.
Oh yeah,
Suit
dude.
up.
And he said the heist is really cool
Yeah,
as
I
well.
wanna try
But
that out.
that game is that one.
I just wanna play
it's the
rigs.
moves. Dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And dude, that's what I wanted to bring up too because like I was saying, I was moving and all that type of stuff. No motion sickness at all. Like beginning to end.
So that means you couldn't even notice latency then.
no.
And then another question. This is I mean, not really make it or break it, but how are the wires? Because I know there's a wire sticking out
Not
of the
that
headset.
bad.
Okay, it's not like
Dude,
rubbing
that's what I'm
against you the
saying,
whole
dude.
time.
The second, like a minute into the game, you're immersed. You are completely. It is the most immersive experience I've ever had for a video game.
How comfortable was it?
Super comfortable.
Did you wear your glasses?
No, I didn't have to.
Wait, how?
I'm
you-
not nearsighted. Or
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
nearsighted. I can't see far away. I can see up close.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't really a problem with
So
me.
it's close enough that you
Dude,
didn't-
but I from
about you, Greg?
how
Same
I
thing?
noticed.
I'm nearsighted, but like I don't know if it'd be
So
close
you're like
enough
me.
for me to
How-
see without it.
Oh, okay.
I had no
I
trouble
mean, it
seeing
is
at all.
right on my face,
Yeah.
so I would assume like I could see.
You have smaller glasses though, so I don't really. Dude, there's a
I mean, everything I've heard from people in the industry is that the PlayStation VR is the most comfortable
When-
to wear.
when Marty
and
Sleva
with
said-
glasses, it's the
when
most
Marty
comfortable,
Sleva
so-
said it, and he said I don't really have problems because he has big fucking
He has
glasses
huge
like
glasses.
yeah.
me. I was like, dope. So
Did
if
you
I-
not even try with your glasses? Or you...
I wanted to see how it was before I kind of like put them on my shirt, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
hey, if it starts, I'm gonna pause it, take them off, put my glasses back on, and see if that works. But I solely just wanted to. I was like, dude, it'd be nice if I don't have to wear my glasses
Yeah.
because it's just another thing you
Pushes
gotta.
into your side of your head.
Yeah. And that might be a problem if you are nearsighted. But like I said, and like everybody else said, I noticed that there was a lot of room inside of the actual headset.
When you suited up, did everything like turn off and you're just like looking around and the lights turned back on
Pitch
and you were in
black.
space?
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
like
pretty
blacked
cool.
out, it blacked out, and I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, dude, it just like it faded in, and I was just in a docking station. I'm like looking around.
That's
I'm
insane.
I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is, oh my god. And they're like, all right, 3, 2, 1,
Gundam
and
RX-78
Yeah.
launching.
and it like shoots you out, and you're like, dude, at that point, you're just like looking like up, down, left, right. You're looking at everything. It felt like I was in space. That's what I'm saying. That's the coolest thing.
Does it get hot in there?
No.
And what about the light? Like the light from the screen, does that strain on your eye or anything?
No. I mean, I only did 5 minutes, so I couldn't really answer something on strain.
Oh,
But,
okay, yeah.
but
true,
dude,
true,
like, I
true.
wasn't having any side effects on it at all.
Cool.
I think it's one of those things, like, it's been tested so much. And I bet you $20, like, Sony really kind of did their homework before they made this headset.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying I don't want to throw
Dude,
on
it
this
wasn't,
helmet.
but it wasn't heavy. It
Yeah.
wasn't, it didn't feel, I didn't notice any of that stuff. I don't think my dad did either. We didn't discuss how it felt. Like, I think that's a good thing. The fact that we didn't say anything about like how it felt on our head kind of justifies like,
Or like I couldn't get situated right when I put it on, or like
nope, it was
it was
fine.
bothering me in my left ear. There's
Nope.
none of that. So
I mean, the biggest negative was
Must've been
the dude had the volume down pretty low, but I think
Did you not adjust it
turn them shits up.
like the button on the side of the headset?
Oh no, it wasn't that type of headset. It was another Sony headset.
Oh.
Even though they had the ones I have
Yeah.
like up there, but I think it was just like almost like advertising like a bunch of PlayStation stuff.
Get our gold headset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, like, that's what I'm excited for is when
They start putting out those presets on the gold headset.
dude straight up too, like the fact that you can play anything on it.
Wait, what do you mean anything? I thought the games have to patch and support. Or can you do from like day one if I want to throw in Uncharted?
Think day one you can do it in that theater mode or whatever. They said every PS4 game.
Oh shit, dude! I forgot there's theater modes. See, I was talking about like you throw in like Uncharted, and it's like you got PlayStation VR syncing to VR. See, I didn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
But dude, and it looked good. It looked. I mean, like you know how it is the lowest end of the headsets. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
still what 1080 60?
Oh yeah. Oh, and then the refresh rate's insane.
Yeah. Oh, another question. This has nothing to do with VR. Did you see the PS4 that was playing it?
Yeah, it was a regular one.
But I mean, like, what does the power brick, like the processor power brick, look like?
Oh, it wasn't that big.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty small.
Okay.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The only thing you are going to see if you have the rigged up right is you're going to have that little processing unit to the side of your PlayStation, and you have one wire.
Was the Sony rep able to tell you if, let's say, you put that processing thing on there, does it soup up other games, or is it just VR games?
No, I didn't ask.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't think so, especially with Neo coming out. They wouldn't do that.
Okay.
But I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna. I'm sold. Like, I played 5 minutes, walked out. Same with my dad. Like, that's the thing is, like, we both came out of that like just giddy, just huge smile on our face. Was like, oh my god, that's how I want to play those type of games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still playing with a puke bucket in front of me, just in case.
Just in case.
That's what I was kind of worried about, especially because I had vertigo not too long ago. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
is this gonna hurt my vertigo? Nothing, dude. Like, absolutely nothing. I was looking in there. It felt like I was there.
I'm just waiting for Star Wars.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. And then the Arkham, like, now that like everybody's talking about how awesome
how
Arkham
Batman
VR. Oh my lord,
yeah.
man. I want to do that. I want to play that so bad. But it's one of those things, like, I really, like, I truly, after playing it, I don't think it's the gimmick. It is, I think VR is here to stay after this. Especially with expectations. Like, I read this, what was it? Some analyst said that the PlayStation VR will sell over 5 million units by the end of the year.
5 million.
5 million units, man. Like, that is a lot more than they were anticipating. I think they were saying like they wanted 2 million by like next fall.
No, yeah, they were definitely.
Dude, I really think they are like pushing those things so hard right now. They're like, this is, and I honestly think that's maybe why they're like not talking about Neo at all right now, because VR is their thing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, rumors still say Neo's supposed to come out this year.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm
Okay.
like, I think we will see that at like Tokyo Game Show or like Gamescom or something like that.
Gamescom's in September, right?
Yeah, and Gamescom would be a good way to show it, especially if you're having a bunch of fans, because Gamescom is very audience oriented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and how many million did they say come to Gamescom?
I mean, it's the biggest convention now.
Yeah.
It's a big, because they allow so much people in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So, getting to the last two little things. So if you're one of the guys like us that's in the gaming industry and hears about it rumors all the time, you probably know that BioShock is kind of. We thought we were going to see it at E3. I thought I was going to see it at E3, but looks like we've had a lot of rumors speculating that a BioShock collection with BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite, not like how WB wants to do it with not releasing all of the Arkham games in a bundle. But it looked like that was going to be speculated. It looked like it was coming out late last year, maybe early this year, and then nothing happened. And then we're like, all right, maybe at E3, because even more news popped up on ratings boards after the first rumors. Now, today, 2K has a BioShock account created. It was created a while ago. Like they had the @BioShock, but it hasn't been active until today. And then on their website, it's now down, but they had like BioShock the collection up on their website, and a couple screenshots got leaked, and of course the internet being how it is, picked those, like saved that stuff and posted it on other websites before it got shut down.
Like 4chan?
4chan, Neo, it was more NeoGAF than anything. But yeah, it looks like that might be on the cusp of being announced. Of course, I
mean,
at this
definitely confirmed at this point.
Yeah,
like
but
100% confirmed.
The thing that made me a lot happier, is a lot of the screenshots were the original BioShock, and it looks like there's a lot more lighting, a lot more.
What is it? 1, 2, and Infinite, or just 1 and Infinite?
No, it's 1, 2, and Infinite.
Yes,
because there were pictures of 2 as well, and that's another thing that even
DLC.
Yep, and then when people pulled those images, the file names had the collection on there, like the _ collection. So it's like it's everything but announced. Not confirmed, announced. Like, I think this is 100% confirmed now. Like, it was on their website.
Yep.
I still think this is just weird. Not that a collection's... I mean, honestly, that a collection's happening for this game after they shut down Irrational.
Well, they still have 2K Marine holds on BioShock now.
Okay.
They've come out and said, like Red Dead, that BioShock is a permanent franchise in 2K's library, and there will be future titles.
Yeah, I didn't hear
released.
that. That's why I'm saying this is weird. I thought they were just done with BioShock. As a
No,
whole.
people.
They'll
I
find
remember
a
when
new
that
developer.
it was that futuristic thing that 2K was announcing last year and ended up being XCOM, and a lot of people thought it was actually going to be BioShock set in the future. Or System Shock.
So weird. Then why would you have Ken Levine leave, or did he leave?
He
on his
didn't
own
leave. He
accord?
made his own studio. Dude,
See,
like
I thought
a lot
he
of
left because
dude,
Irrational was they
No, like,
broke down Irrational.
that was kind of his thing too. He wanted a smaller studio.
No, yeah, I know that because of all this stuff. What everybody's saying that
'Cause he's
Infinite didn't
still
sell it as
working for
well as it was
2K.
supposed to.
He's still working for 2K.
See, I didn't know that either. See,
Like,
I
his
thought
small team is working with 2K.
okay. See, I thought it was this kind of like in the same way as Amy Hennig, where she
No,
like
no, not at all.
she left like a not. I mean, not in the same way as her, but like they both just left and their studios got shut down. I mean, Amy's studio didn't get shut down. I just thought they both just left.
No,
And that was it.
Ken, how they put it was like a quote unquote mutual agreement between Ken and a couple of the big higher ups in Irrational and 2K as well to decide that Irrational wasn't going to be Irrational anymore.
Oh, okay.
Like, he wanted to focus on smaller titles. I mean, like, especially after, how long did it take Infinite to be made? Especially on top of its DLC as well.
Right.
Well, it was from.
Something that was it was 2007 to 2014.
No, you can't count. 7.
They started that. They said the only thing that was blocking them from being in full development, I think, in 2007 was the
PS3 port, right? That's
port.
That's why I said you can't.
But
count.
it really wasn't that much. They were already in
Okay.
pre-production, and Ken, of course, being the person who created Infinite, was very heavily involved in it at that point. No, that game was in development since BioShock 1 was first released. So, it took 7 years to make that game. That's a long time, man. I mean, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I think, if we gotta wait till 2020 for another Ken Levine game, which I think it will, I'm fine with it.
Do you think it's gonna be till 2020?
No, I don't think so. But a lot of the things is it's almost like a brand new, like, he's kind of like starting at the front page now. It's not like Infinite was kind of like the middle of the book for BioShock when it came to Ken Levine. He's kind of starting new studio, new vision, new like engine, not in a engine particular in like what you guys are thinking, like, oh, we need to like push this and push this, but like he wants to change gameplay, like how you communicate with the world. He's come out and said he wanted to make a game that is very replayable, a game that you can finish in a couple hours, but replay it in a completely different perspective many times. So, the dude's a genius, man. So I want to see what that mind is. I think that is my Hideo Kojima, is Ken Levine. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for it. And I'm also excited to get more BioShock. Whether it's, but like I was saying, they're tweaking the lighting. It looks like they're tweaking the graphics as well a little bit. So it looks a lot prettier, at least the original one, and the screenshots that were leaked. And my question is, are they going to do that with the gameplay side as well? The controls weren't, it is my favorite game of all time, but there is no such thing as a perfect game. And I would say the biggest downside to the original BioShock was the actual gunplay. Like how the actual game felt on a controller wasn't as smooth as 2 or Infinite. Infinite felt really good. And a lot of people, that's the last BioShock game most people played, so that's what they think like a BioShock game plays like. And a lot of people don't even remember that you can't use plasmids and guns at the same time in the original BioShock. Mm-hmm. That was a feature with 2. And of course Infinite took that from 2. But I'm excited for it. Would you pick it up, Louther?
The collection?
Yeah.
Oh, see, from the way you guys are making it out to be, this sounds like it's gonna be $60, so I won't pick it up on day one.
I will.
But I will definitely pick it up at some point when it drops price, just because I want to replay Infinite and beat the 2 DLCs that I originally paid for and never played.
Well, that's the thing is, I got it. I bought the season pass when it came out on 360, and then I got a PS3, and I kind of switched everything over from 360 to PS3 because I didn't want to pay for live at that point, and so I traded it in. And by the time the DLC did come out, I was like, dude, I bought this season pass like a while ago, and I was like, wait, I was on 360, so I had to buy it again. I had to buy the season pass for the second time for Barely at Sea.
Dang.
And then I got it, but then I bought it again on the PC for because I wanted to replay it again. But that time around, I think I spent like $8 on it, and I had like a damn good amount of money. I think I was working. That was when I can't remember.
Ultimate BioShock fan.
Oh, dude, I've bought it on every single thing it's been on, and I'll buy it again.
Oh yeah, I want to pick it up day one just because I really want to play through the original one again.
Yep.
And
that's my problem.
I love 2, and I love the DLC for it. I just want to play through all of them again, and especially the DLC for Infinite because I never got to play that.
I just want to play through Infinite again.
Yeah.
See, like, I don't disagree with Nathan with saying like BioShock 1 is definitely like one of the greatest games ever built.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that with a lot of people with Last of Us. You know how most people play Last of Us and go, I had my experience, I'm good. That's the same way I feel with BioShock 1.
You ever play BioShock 2?
Yeah, I played 2.
What do you think of it? I'm pretty sure I've asked this like 3 times.
Oh, I think, I mean,
it's a good
like,
game.
I think, yeah, that's, other than that, I have nothing else to say about 2.
2, I mean, it's kind of like it was kind of like meant for me kind of thing. It was kind of meant for like the fans like me.
No, yeah, I mean, dude, I wasn't even a fan, and I could already tell 2 was definitely not made by Ken Levine, and this was definitely just an Arkham Origins.
I will say this, though. The one thing that a lot of people were missing out is Minerva's Den was
excellent.
The best DLC I think I've ever played of all time.
Super good.
And a lot of people don't know Fulbright Games made that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
Gone Home, I think.
Yeah, the people who make Gone Home.
The people who are making Tacoma.
No, what's crazy too is I got BioShock 2, the complete edition, played through the whole story, played a match of multiplayer after I beat the game, and I was like, cool, don't want to play this game anymore. And never popped in.
A lot of people shit on that multiplayer, but it was decent. Like, it was decent. I liked awesome. It. I think it worked with how you made classes, I think. It was very arcadey, though.
It would be like a really good like free-to-play PC multiplayer.
Oh, I would
nowadays.
love it. And that's what I'm talking about, dude. I would love that to hit free-to-play on PC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and it works. It feels good on PC. It feels good on. I think it felt good on controller. I played a damn good amount on 360. But anyway, talking about BioShock and all your shocks.
System Shock.
Yeah, System Shock. The original System Shock.
Now that is something I'll pay full price for because I've never played it.
So a lot of people don't really know that System Shock was one of the biggest games that it's basically the predecessor of BioShock. Not really more the first one, but more the second one. The System Shock 2, I think, was made by Ken Levine.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure.
By somebody else.
I'm not entirely sure. It could have been Ken. He could have worked on it, but yeah. So BioShock was kind of like the successor to System Shock 2, and but it's one of those things to where it is very old school. It's very closed in, very horror. You know, that like 90s. Half-Life.
Dude, it's the same thing I say with like Kojima, because I'm glad he brought it up. How you say Ken is your Kojima.
Yeah.
How I've always wanted to play Zone of the Enders because I love Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And I want to play something different from Kojima, but I won't
you don't
be
have
able
anything
to.
else?
I know, yeah. I mean, I don't have a PS3 anymore, and the only time they remastered was on PS3.
Yeah.
That's why I would love to play System Shock just to see what a different Ken Levine game looks like.
I mean, you got to remember, System Shock 2 is in a time when games were a lot more harder.
Oh, I don't care about that.
And the controls are really clunky. So, like, if you wanted to pick it up on PC, you got to mod it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with the original BioShock. That was It's pretty clunky, and the game's actually pretty decently hard for
I
what it
wouldn't
is.
even say it's clunky, dude. I'm just saying, like, when you have a franchise that is Bioshock and you have 2 other games that have better gameplay, it shows. It starts showing its age at that point, I think. It wasn't one of those things where I was like, man, this gameplay sucks. When I played Bioshock at the first time, I was like, dude, this game's amazing. I wouldn't say its biggest pro was the gameplay. I think that's what I meant more on the lines. Like, if there's anything that needed to be fixed in Bioshock, I would say the actual like gameplay needed to be like how it felt. It needed to be a little bit smoother. But yeah, System Shock is getting a remake, and it's gonna be made by these guys. What is their name? Night Dive Studios. So if you're a big System Shock fan, they have a Kickstarter up right now. Guy has it'll be 26 days to go by the time you guys hear this on Friday. It's asking for 900,000. It already has 540. So it's going to reach it in the next couple days. And it's only been out for like 2 days.
What are the tiers? Like $60 you get the game?
I can actually look that up for you. I don't think it would be. I think it I mean, it's a remake. I mean, dude, if you watch it, it is a remake. It
it's
looks
like a new modern game.
No, but what I'm saying though
pledge
is
$25 or more, get a digital copy.
Okay,
on
that's what
system
I'm
on Xbox One, Steam, or GOG.
Wait, just Xbox
Good
One and
old
Steam?
games?
There's no PS4?
It might not. I think it will come out for PS4, but they probably need like they don't
And,
have
like, And
licensing with it
assume
yet.
the
Oh, okay.
Xbox version is probably going to be after the PC version. Like, I think that's safe to assume.
Yeah.
They're not going to be day and date on the same.
I mean,
You think so? I don't think so.
how it's looking. Both they don't
I
have
don't think
different.
any like Kickstarter where they've put console and PC stuff. It's been like the same time, really.
Mighty Number 9.
But that was like way later.
And they even said
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, after they had trouble with everything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
God, what a
That was their
what a
biggest
big piece
trouble
of
was
shit.
they
Was-
had to bring everything out at once.
Looks like they're doing multiplayer as well.
Maybe the Flame
But
and the
25.
Flood came out in both days.
I don't know how much it would be. It might be like how early access games are cheaper now. Like if you want to get the game, the cheapest way to do it is buy it early access, because the full price version is going to
Yeah.
be more than the early access. It might be like that, but
That's
I
true.
would
They might
not.
do early access on Steam and then the whatever the thing is on Xbox where it's early access.
That might be the reason why it only says Xbox One right now.
Yeah.
because it might be coming out early, or they might do the early access to like, hey, if you pledged, you can put your code in now and play it before it comes out.
You can download a demo. I definitely want to try that out.
Wait, you can
There's
Now?
a free demo you can download from their
right now.
Kickstarter. Yeah,
I will get that immediately.
yeah.
Did not
It's
know
on
that.
their
I
website.
didn't look
I
too
knew
much
that
into it. I
because
watched their
Lawrence
video.
was streaming it last night.
Did you guys
Oh,
did you
really?
guys watch the video for it? Their actual Kickstarter video.
haven't watched
It's
it,
6
no.
minutes. It's absolutely hilarious, and it's done. It's like done really well.
I
But it's
haven't seen that.
very funny. I was like, man, I really like this studio. They're very cut loose, like chill. But like then you look at the actual game, you're like, wow, good atmosphere. They have really good atmosphere. But
before we go on to our topic,
yo, what up?
moment of silence because I heard it on PS I Love You today for Team Bondi. I never will ever get to see Horror of the Orient.
Nope.
Oh, I was about to send that into the chat, but I don't want to.
Dude.
I didn't want to be a negative Nancy for like every single news.
R.I.P.
That
forever.
sucks. But I mean, at the same time, though, I kind of saw it coming because same way Colin and all them said on PS I Love You, it was from what everybody says who's ever worked in that studio, it was terrible working there. Their working conditions were trash. And we all saw it too. Like the main reason that they left Rockstar was because Rockstar told them to, hey, hire some extras. So what did they do? They had people volunteer, told them they were going to pay them for all this facial motion capture, and never paid anybody.
Yeah, it sucks.
No, yeah. But I mean, it just, I would have been so down for a Hong Kong detective game.
Hong Kong of China.
Bang D.
Dude, I just think when it, like with that voice, because I've been playing a little bit of Red Dead here and there recently, and when you use the stagecoach to like travel from like city to city.
Is it an Asian guy?
No, sometimes it's an Asian guy, and he goes, go to sleep, so I don't want to talk to you. But anyway, topic.
Oh yeah, this could have been a nicer segue, but I just had to cry a little bit on Horror of the Origin.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't really care about the segue.
But since we've been talking about remasters, what is you guys' dream game to get remastered?
Greg, do you have one for us? Or do you want me to go first?
I mean, yeah, I got one. They had a little HD version of it come out, you know.
What's
It's
up?
a PS2 game. They
What's
had a
up?
little HD version come out on the PS3, but there's a modern day like remake of this game.
Can I guess it?
It'd blow me away. Yes.
I guess it.
Yes, guess it.
Shadow of the Colossus?
Absolutely.
Yep. Once you said like
If that game was
PS3
remade
HD.
completely, like if they changed lots of things just to make it more modern, more playable, like if the controls and the gameplay of it was just tightened up so
Yeah.
it wasn't as clunky, and like when you jumped around and things, like you could control better,
Yeah.
and it had today's graphics, oh man, that'd be insane.
What would you want them to If there's like one new feature though.
One new feature. Trying to think of like what things in open world games.
I mean, like if you don't have one, you don't have one, because that game is a very minimalistic kind of thing. So it's not really like, you know, really hitting with like 20 billion features.
I don't know. I'm thinking of what I've seen in Horizon Zero Dawn with its like larger monsters and creatures. How there's multiple like crafted like gear items you can use to take down the creatures, and then how there's like multiple points of taking them down. So instead of having like designated highlighted weak spots on all the monsters, there maybe just you can approach it differently every time you encounter
That'd be cool.
a colossi. So
A colossi.
a colossus. So when you come up to it, like there's like any number of ways you can take it down.
That'd be
And
cool.
then you can just do it however you want.
Yeah,
And you get more than just a sword.
So I got
and a bow.
I had that game on PS3 and I tried. I played about 2 hours of it, and the biggest reason why I dropped it was just it felt dated.
Yeah.
Like it looked pretty and all that type of stuff.
I
but
thought it
like,
looked dated as well too.
It looked dated, but I could look past that.
No,
Team
yeah.
Eco games have never been like they've always been pretty in like an art way, but not
Artistic way, but not in a
graphically
graphic
not
fidelity.
impressive at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So,
gray, very minimal textures.
but it speaks to like what the world building and telling that like that's what I'm talking about. Like it's a very minimalistic game, but it's so artsy.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think anybody talks in it or anything. Like it's silent, all that type of stuff, but it tells a story beautifully still.
Yeah.
That's a good choice, man. That's a good choice. It would be nice to have that with like modern gameplay
Yeah. Definitely.
because like Last Guardian looks good, but I just wish they would. I'd much rather have a remake of Shadow of the Colossus more than anything from them. What were you gonna say, Louther?
No, I was gonna say like honestly, what Greg was saying too, just like tighten up the controls, and then if they could have like luscious fields you're running through, where it's just like a whole bunch of grass everywhere, that'd be nice.
It would.
You're just about those luscious fields.
Yeah, because I mean, like most. See, I mean, not even my problem, but the one thing I noticed was you hop on your horse in the beginning of the game, and then what you're doing is running from Colossus to Colossus, and most of the time, even on that PS3 remaster, it's just like a smooth surface.
Yeah.
Like there's
I
not
mean,
even
there's-
grass.
Yeah, there's varied like areas and
Oh, there is?
environments, but
No, because I mean, I never beat it. I
there's
killed.
like a desert, and then there's like all water in one area, and then there's
Oh,
more
wow.
grassy areas, and then
So I
there's
didn't even
more.
get to that point. It's
Yeah.
just
No, yeah.
my mind couldn't get to it. It was like, you know, back in the day, like that's how games controlled kind of thing. I would be able to figure it out, but
Mhm.
like nowadays, like how my brain was wired, I was like, this is just kind of more of a nuisance than like entertainment for me at the moment. So I
Yeah,
just
I
kind
can
of
see
stopped
that.
playing.
No, yeah, I killed like the first two, and then it got to one that was like flying, and
Yeah.
I had no way of figuring out how to get it to where I could hop on it because I was like, dude, this guy's in the air the whole time, and it was like one of the only games because it wasn't like I didn't have internet or anything like that. I just decided not to Google it
Yeah.
and was just like, I'll play this eventually sometime.
And then you never
it
did.
never did.
Yeah.
But how about you, Luther? What's your perfect
My-
remaster?
My dream remaster. Hey, Greg, guess what I'm going to talk about?
What?
Not Infamous, but another superhero game. My technically like my favorite superhero game I've ever played. Just
Spider-Man
because
2.
no, not even Spider-Man 2, dude.
Dude, that would be
That's
a
the
dope
wrong
ass
answer.
remake. Well, I mean, we're basically
I'd be down for Spider-Man 2,
I'm just kidding.
but
Arkham City is the best superhero game.
oh no, dude, my
ahead.
favorite superhero game I've ever played was Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Oh.
Dude, I love just the gameplay in that game, and like the way you progress is like you start off as Hulk. Don't get me wrong, you're still fucking
Badass.
shit up. Yeah. But next thing you notice, this dude is supersonic clapping, and how does a clap smash buildings? I would love to see that game remastered.
Dude,
and not
with the dice engine.
yes.
That level of destruction.
Oh, dude, that
That'd be
would
cool.
be
And
awesome.
graphic fidelity.
Yeah, because like, see, until I had played that game, I didn't even know if the Hulk was as cool as he was, and if they could get the same writers, because I found that out recently by going on a YouTube rabbit hole that the guy who actually wrote, I can't remember, it's some series of Hulk comics, actually was like, hey, so you guys are making a game, I'll be down to write for this game, and he was the one who wrote for the game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that game would put Crackdown to shame.
Yeah, because
Crackdown would be like, oh, look at our destruction and how they...
that's what
Hey,
I'm
you're the
saying.
fucking Hulk.
Yeah, it's like, this shit out.
That's all they gotta fucking say. I think it'd be cool, but it's just kind of like my biggest problem with like a lot of like potential superhero games is the bad guys. Like that's why Batman is such a good example, because he has the greatest set of villains of all time. Like I don't think anybody can argue that.
Make
like,
up a villain. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, see, that's what they did in that game too, though.
Because that's what Spider-Man's going to have. Spider-Man's going to have a new villain and
Yeah.
like older villains too.
But it's
Like
that
your regular
see,
villains.
But like Spider-Man has
supporting
such a
villains.
good gallery as well. That's another thing. It's like Spider-Man has a shit ton of. I mean, Sinister Six. I mean, just to start it off,
Right.
you know. I think that's why Daredevil kind of worked, because he kind of blends in those characters.
Yeah,
but he has
a lot of the
really
same.
good. But he has a really good bad guy. Kingpin is a really good bad guy.
But I mean, and that's the same thing they could do with the Hulk too, because the one thing I took away from that game wasn't even the last enemy you fought, which is Abomination, which, all right, he's kind of cool, was technically the main bad guy in that game is yourself.
Yeah.
Like that whole part of the game, you're trying to collect pieces to go into your brain because something's messed up. And
Bruce
as soon as
versus Hulk.
it wasn't even Bruce versus Hulk. It was Hulk versus something. I forgot what they call it, but it literally looks like Godzilla. And the guy even tells you, like, if you ever let go of your anger and you lose control, this is what you become. And I was like, this is dope.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would pull me as much.
Oh,
Teach his own,
dude, the
teach his own.
gameplay. That's what
You
pulls me. I don't even care about the story because, I mean, it's a Hulk story. All he does is run around smashing stuff.
Yeah.
But nowadays you'd have this massive
Yeah.
map. Like you'd have like Ghost Recon Wildlands, massive size map, and you could just jump across it. Like
That's what I'm saying, like,
Acres,
Over the
like literally
clouds and then
jumping
you come
like
right back
3
down.
football fields
Yeah,
in
dude, it'd be
length across
awesome.
this map.
It would be awesome.
It would be cool.
What about you, Nathan?
So this is. I had a couple, and I was like, no, this is the one I would love them to remake, change how the game feels a little bit. Of course, you don't want to do too much because this is a very big beloved game, but I'm not going PlayStation. I'm not going Xbox. I'm going Nintendo.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going Nintendo.
I could have already told by the way he was talking about
Yeah.
it to begin with that he's going Nintendo.
And I mean, everybody knows. I think what I'm gonna go with is Ocarina of Time. I would love a remake for that game.
yes.
Solely because, I mean, especially after watching Breath of the Wild and how that game feels and looks and
that
how it
game.
plays, if we could get a remake of Ocarina with that engine,
Dude, I'm telling you, I think Breath of the Wild is like a remake of Ocarina in a way.
I mean, like, no,
way they're
it's
messing with
very
time?
different. It's very.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I can't.
I
Play
kinda see
Ocarina.
that.
Play Ocarina before. I mean, like,
Dude, I played a good chunk of Ocarina. I just never became
I think
older
I
Link.
wouldn't say it's a remake. They're just going back to their roots. They're going back to what made Zelda great. Because, dude, a lot of the things that are new, like in the new
Zelda,
Zelda,
Zelda 1, Zelda 2.
are like the
Ocarina.
I would say this is more of a remake of the original Zelda than anything.
How? Wait, how?
Because you play how in the
You can go
original
wherever you
Zelda,
want.
You
you
can
can
run.
go from any dungeon
Yeah.
you want. That is the only Zelda game that you can do that.
Okay.
You can, in like Link Between Worlds and stuff like that, you can choose out of these couple.
But I mean, though, it's cool to go to any dungeon you want to, but can you honestly complete it? Because it's a Zelda game. You're going to get to a dungeon and it's going to be like, hey, guess what? You can't go to the main entrance because you need a bomb glove.
But I don't think they're doing stuff like that anymore. I think that is a old feature, and I think they're not implementing that anymore. I think they're looking
Interesting.
at it
I want to see how that works in a Zelda game.
I think they're
But
going to
interesting.
approach it more like an RPG.
Yeah.
Where, like, you fight the boss and you get your ass whooped, and you're like, well,
That's what I'm saying. I think it's more on
Can't do
level-based
this yet.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I mean, you can. You'd have to be really good.
Or have, like, really good gear,
Yeah.
which you probably won't get until you go to other
But it's one of
areas
those
and
things
Yeah.
that you decide how you want to travel through that map. That's what they've really said. They're like, just do whatever you want. And I'm like, dude, a Zelda game like that'd be awesome. But
I mean, it'd be awesome, but I gotta wait to see it because it just Zelda and open world, do whatever you want, go wherever you want. It just doesn't click in my head.
it does. If you played Ocarina, you would understand because you're like, God, I wish I could like travel in this world however I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, I haven't beat Ocarina, but I've thrown in like a good 5 hours. I know exactly what you're talking about. From the minute I got onto my horse and was running around Hyrule Castle, Hyrule Field, I was like, dude, this is awesome. I wish, like you said, I wish I could go anywhere I want. Same way I felt when I became a wolf in Twilight Princess. I wish I could have been running around with my wolf, but there was those black barriers that you couldn't go through. I don't, because like when you say go and do whatever you want, that's cool. But what am I going to be doing going to a cave with like nothing in there? Because if there's people I can talk to in that open world and they'll give me side missions and stuff to do.
I think that's what they're doing.
Okay, see that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're
I
literally
wanna
looking at
see how it
games like
works.
Witcher in Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
Like when they showed, like before it was called Breath of the Wild. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they were throwing the word Skyrim around like everywhere.
No, yeah, I remember that.
Be
That's
like
what
Witcher though.
that's what made me
And I think
look at the game.
I think the Witcher. I think they've really looked at Witcher since
Yeah.
it's come out.
Yeah, they definitely.
You can
should.
see it, but it's like broken. I mean, dude, there's so many new features that are like they're taking these things away that are from Zelda, and like Zelda's always been in the past couple of especially like I would say the last 3-4 iterations, like always doing something completely new, and it always works. It always works. Like.
But when you say though you want a remake for Ocarina though, are we talking about just a remaster in general, or are you
I would
talking
say a
about
remake. I wouldn't say open world like that because I
Yeah.
mean that breaks the game. I think, but I'm talking of course, overhauling graphics looks like a
Like what
game that comes out.
What the people have been doing with the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, stuff
Oh,
like that.
that stuff looks
Yeah,
awesome.
Zelda.
Now I would still want it to be cartoonish. That's why I'm saying the art style that Breath of the Wild had would work very well with Ocarina. I think because it's still, very art driven. It's art. It's what it is. It's art driven. But I mean, dude, you got to make those landscapes a lot bigger. You could do a lot more. I'd love new combat on Epona, especially with stuff like Breath of the Wild has, and make
Horse armor.
Yeah, I wouldn't say horse armor, but it would be really cool to have a lot more enemies in the open world in Ocarina, and you being able to fight that way with it.
More than just skeleton dudes popping up at night.
Yep.
But
I mean,
those weird goblins.
and
they
just
got in the
tweak
new
how
game.
that tweak it how a 21st century game is gonna feel.
You gotta have the mailman.
Okay, I can fuck with this. I can fuck with this.
Because a lot of the things is the actual gaming system that is in Ocarina. It's the weirdest thing. I feel like it's one of the only games that came out around that time that still feels good. Because almost I feel
whoa! I feel like you're throwing shade to Mario 64. What's going on here, Nathan?
No. Mario 64, that can go fuck itself. I hate
Whoa.
that game. I hate that game.
Shots fired.
Damn, why?
I hate how that game feels. I hate it.
Damn.
I'd much rather play a 2D
You
Mario.
much rather play.
I miss jumps on that game. All the
Also,
time.
talking about another game that would be 2D to 3D kind of thing, I would absolutely love them to Metroid Prime, the original Metroid. Make a 3D version.
Interesting.
Make a 3D version of either that or Metroid, the second Metroid. That would be fucking dope.
Dude, I want them to make a rated M Metroid.
No, but think of a fast Doom
Yeah, rated M
version.
Metroid.
I'm not. It doesn't even have to be guts like that. It'll be it'll be aliens and stuff like
Okay.
that. But think of. I mean, dude, I honestly think if it was something like that, that would work perfect with VR. And I hope Nintendo really does try to get into VR in some type of way.
Dude, I just hope Nintendo becomes
That's
a publisher.
something right. I mean, that's the dream. so we don't have to worry about a Nintendo console.
Because imagine if Sony was like, yeah, we got rigs, we got Eve Valkyrie, but guess what we got for you fuckers next year?
We got
Metroid Prime. Because that whole UI when you're playing Metroid Prime,
Yeah, the
that
visor.
looks like VR.
Well, it works. We already know it works though, because all those games were ported over to the Wii and played with a Wii controller.
Oh, true.
That is the closest thing to like a VR experience, I think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like you have one, like it would totally work, and I feel like it would totally work with like you move controllers.
No, yeah, I mean,
Like Metroid would work perfect with VR and move controllers.
dude, Shuhei, just say fuck it and just make a game called like something, and you don't
Just
even have.
rips off heavily.
Yeah,
of
just
Metroid.
That's what I'm saying.
Hexdroid.
Hexdroid rhyme.
Dude, I'd totally be down for it. I'd totally be down. I want that like isolated alien like explorer kind of thing that Metroid has, and I feel like, and not in a scary
Dude,
sense,
if
like
the
not a
next-
scary
oh.
sense, but like I know
was
you want
getting
Dead
hyped.
Space.
I was not
Yeah.
even Dead Space. I was gonna
I
say if
just
they
want Dead
made
Space.
a Metroid game like Dead Space, dude, that'd be dope.
But I mean, like I just like, as I've said it and said it again. I think horror games are really good, but I don't see replay value in horror games.
I can't deny that. I don't.
You know what I
wanna-
mean?
No.
If I
Like,
piss
every
my
time-
pants once, I don't
like-
want to
like,
get my
I
Not
played
with Dead
Outlast.
Space. Like I can replay Dead Space so
Now,
many
but like
times.
years from now. Like how many times? When did you play Dead Space?
Last time I had my PS2, I was trying to replay Dead Space 2 on what is the hardest difficulty? Zelot. I think Zelot's there's one in Dead Space 2 where it's like, yeah, you're in the hardest difficulty and you only have 3 saves. Choose your saves wisely. I think it might be Zelot. I was trying to replay it on that
That's
mode.
Zealot.
Is that
Is it Zealot? That's Zealot.
what does that even mean though?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what the word means. So I
just
can't-
know it because of Halo.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say I don't know. I would love to know how to pronounce that word if I knew what the fuck it meant.
I don't know. What, yeah,
But dude,
what
straight up though,
Zelot-
now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it though, like Ocarina would be really cool, but I would actually love Metroid to be. I'm saying Ocarina though is still my answer because I've played and beat Ocarina.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I mean, think of like a 3D version of like how a Metroid game plays.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like
the
you're really
original one?
focused on that map. Think of
Oh,
like how
okay.
Doom's map looks, and like you trying to traverse through that in 3D with like a Metroid. Like you got to get to this area, and you can't hit this area because you need this certain weapon and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool. Someone needs to make that
I'd
in
be
VR.
down. I'd be down.
Someone needs to make it in VR, man.
I'd be down.
Or a
somebody-
Metroid Prime, or just remake a Metroid Prime game and put it in
Yeah,
VR.
if you put it in VR.
Or I mean, dude, they could do that fix that you always talk about. Somebody just mod up Doom and make it Metroid.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
And
And then you can get a mod that like changes like textures and stuff like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. They could just do that, and they have snap maps, so you got a
Snap
level
map to
editor.
make it, and then you just do a mod for a texture pack.
Yeah, you got got your Metroid Doom. Hey, and it solves my issue too. You got a rated M Metroid. I'd be down. I'd be down.
Everyone's
I don't think it needs to be like M though,
Oh, I mean, no, it doesn't. Because I mean, the other
because it's
Prime's-
very alien.
If it's no,
Yeah.
if it's like Halo M, because Halo was
True.
rated mature just for like purple blood.
But I mean,
So
like
if it's like
nowadays,
that-
now that they finally got their like foot out their ass with the ESRB, I mean, like Halo 5 is just as violent as 4 and 3, and it's rated
yeah,
T
I know. Yeah.
because a lot of you're facing robots and aliens.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't Metroid Prime has like alien blood? Like when you shoot the aliens,
Yeah, it's rated
blood-
T. Like the newer
Yeah.
ones are rated T, I think. So it's not really that big of an issue.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you had like one scene where Samus gets punctured in like her side, and then you see her blood, yeah.
Yeah.
So
M
then,
But see,
rating.
that's what,
Then it's M
that's what I
rating,
never
yeah.
got though. Is like Uncharted's always been rated T, but like Halo was getting M ratings when that was getting T.
yeah, I
ratings.
didn't understand that.
And I was
when
like,
the game
what?
came out either.
Like
I was like,
Halo
this is ridiculous.
almost never has any cuss words. Like Sergeant Johnson was the only like character in that game that really just cussed, and he only said "damn."
Hey,
the NPCs that like bled when they got killed, but I don't know.
No, yeah.
I saw the same thing in teen rated games.
Uncharted has a lot of blood.
Yep.
And the
I mean, dude, if we're talking about, I'm still surprised Uncharted 1 wasn't rated
Tony
M.
Hawk Pro Skater.
Dude,
They had dead bodies strung up, and you see some guy literally get impaled in front of you.
Yeah.
Because one of the little booby traps on the
But
thing.
Halo 3 that came out the same year and it was rated M. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this is not even rated M, dude. This is like the least violent Halo.
Yeah.
Like I would say 5 because like solely because you have assassinations and graphic fidelity and movements to like how like a body like looks like when it gets killed. I think is a lot more.
If any Halo deserved an M rating, it would be Reach. But that
Yeah.
just-
But it was more
that's-
because it was more
yeah.
realistic.
and still though, Reach
Dude, and they were
still
like, I
is-
mean, like you had that girl that was like, yeah, we really need to, and just gets like fucking shot, like
Yeah.
gets headshotted in like mid sentence, and you're like, fuck, like that was intense. That was intense. Or ODSTs, no, actually ODST is kind of like one of those more artistic ones.
no, and
like, that one
ODST
needed-
is as violent as Halo 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's the same engine.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, anyway, that's all I gotta say.
That's all I got to say too. How about you, Greg?
And we can keep coming up with remakes that would be better than Final Fantasy VII, but you know,
Hey,
we gotta deal with the reality of Final Fantasy VII remake.
I'm down with it. I really like, dude. Like I said, I put like 20 hours into the old one.
That was for Andy.
Oh yeah, dude, he's gonna be like, "Fuck."
Yeah, he's
Fuck
like,
Greg.
Greg's an idiot.
No, but dude, straight up, that game has a really good story. It's a game. If you don't know what you're doing and you get out of it for like a week or two, and you get back in, you're like, oh, what was I doing? Because it's that type of game that just doesn't tell you what you were doing last or where you need to go next.
Talking about people getting back into games before we wrap this up, just want to let you guys know I've dipped my toes back into Persona.
You did?
Mm.
4?
I've been playing it again because I have some free time at work sometimes. So
And a Vita,
Whip out the Vita.
yeah, take out my Vita.
Dude, that is actually perfect too.
No, yeah. So I've been messing around with it again.
You're still on normal though, right?
No, yeah, because
Dude,
do you want to hear what's crazy too? The only reason I jumped back into that game was because I saw my little brother playing Pocket Mortys, and I was like, dude, I want to play Pokemon handheld. Oh shit, I have Persona, and I haven't beat it, and everybody talks about the story being good, so I'll play this.
dude,
And that's why I've
I
been
mean,
playing
like
it.
it's better than any Pokemon game, I think, in my personal opinion.
I
Solely
mean,
because
yeah,
it has
the
a great story.
presentation's a lot better.
But once you get into the later part of the game and you
Those
start
portal stuff.
fusing personas,
I'm already
Dude.
at that part where I fuse Personas all the time.
dude. But then you'll like, how many personas do you start fusing together? Is it 2? Are you fusing like 2?
no,
I'm fusing like 4 or
because
5.
four is where I get the good guys.
Yeah. All right. So you're already really into the.
No, yeah, dude, I'm into the whole mechanics. That's what I'm
love
saying.
it.
Like,
But you'll start getting really, really good fuses.
fuse. Oh no, yeah. See, I'm still at the point where like
You're
I
getting
can fuse
you're
before.
You're getting like 4, but you're
Yeah.
getting some decent ones.
That's what I'm saying,
When you start
yeah.
getting like top tier 4 fuses, and you start getting like the super badass fucking like personas.
Yeah.
There's like Anubis. Anubis is
is one of the
fucking
coolest
awesome.
ones, yeah.
You
No,
know,
yeah, I only have
solely
this
because-
one badass dude. His name's like Rakesh or something like that.
I can't really remember the names that much. I mean, like they're
Oh, no, I mean,
Japanese
that-
names. I mean,
yeah.
like that's the only thing that Pokemon really has on anything is super memorable characters.
My
because
boy
I already
Squirtle.
fused my original dude. Fuck him.
I'd love a remake for Pokemon.
Izanagi?
Yeah, I fused
You
him.
just fused him?
Yeah.
Damn. I
'Cause-
love his design. I think he's
No, yeah,
awesome.
he
I don't
got-
use him anymore, but
That's what sucks. Is I
He's too
loved his
weak.
design and all this stuff, and I fused him, and I was like, damn, I fused him for a character that doesn't look that cool.
Yeah.
I miss him.
I'm so ready for Persona 5.
I'm so ready.
God. I want that game so bad.
Yep. Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I really wish it
Amazon
did
told
come out
me I'm
this
getting
year.
it day and date.
Huh?
My collector's edition. Amazon sent me a little note. So like, hey,
Oh,
you're
that's
getting
nice.
it delivered on your
On the day it
release
comes
day.
out.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm
That's
like,
nice.
sweet. I'm gonna get my
Don't you
little
get a deck
bag.
of cards with your thing?
I get everything, dude.
Oh, okay.
I
Cool,
don't
cool,
know.
cool.
I think there's a deck of cards. I think that's right. You're just
Yeah,
like,
you'll get
cool,
the
cool.
you'll get the what are they called?
They're Persona cards, right?
No, but they're actually
Dead bodies.
no, there's like 13 of them and like tarot cards.
Oh,
Tarot
yeah,
cards. That's
tarot
what they.
cards.
I think that's what they actually are.
Like I got with
based off.
Dishonored.
Yeah. I remember when
I saw more Dishonored gameplay. I can't. That is definitely my most anticipated game I saw at E3 that comes out this year.
I'm excited about it.
Dude, I can't wait. I almost picked up the remaster, but I was like,
Mafia. Like
good.
after watching the 25-minute thing, I watched a Mafia. I'm fucking sold on
Mafia.
that.
No, I think Mafia 3 is probably my most anticipated game of this year that I know is coming out.
That game looks so good.
It does.
And I was so iffy on that game because like how they changed it, how
I
they
think
really.
what they're doing with that story is just unprecedented.
dude,
Like,
and
we
how-
haven't seen things like that.
How you feel like you are in the Mafia in this game. That's all because like you said, you don't want to know much, but how you decide to run yourself as a Mafia leader is the like coolest thing to me.
no, see, that's the still thing. That's why that game is in my most anticipated game, because everything they're doing with that game is awesome, but still the guy who doesn't want to send all these troops to death, I still rather me just be Vito, working my way up.
I don't know, dude. After watching that guy and how he plays, whoo, the combat looks good in this game.
Oh no, the combat looks amazing.
the
Like
long
everything about
combat.
that game looks amazing, and don't get me wrong, it definitely is my second most anticipated game.
Oh yeah,
But I'd
Dishonored.
still-
I mean, like I said, they
No,
didn't
yeah.
they didn't capture me. I think they had bad missteps with how they presented that game,
Yeah.
and the fact that like it looks better than one, but I wasn't a fan of one, still just irks me to where like I'm not gonna pick that game up day one.
Okay,
I'll borrow it from you when you're done months and months and months from now or something like that, or pick it up on a sale when it's super cheap. But until like that game grabs me, I'm like, holy shit, I was wrong. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good game, but I gotta be skeptical on that game solely because I don't want to get hyped for a sequel that just isn't my type of tea. Cup of tea.
Don't hate me for this, but is it bad to say that I'm more hyped for Watch Dogs 2 than Mafia 3?
No.
Because Watch Dogs 2, I'm saying, like, we've been saying it on this podcast forever. We all were like, I feel like it's going to get the Assassin's Creed 2 treatment, and it looks like it is. But
I think the writing's gonna bog it way down for me.
Oh, the writing?
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
I think the voice acting and the writing is
It's
gonna
bad.
be like,
Yeah.
wow.
That's the
This
as soon as I heard his
character
voice.
but the
sucks.
fact
Yeah.
that
This
they're not
humor is
taking
falling flat. This music really doesn't need to be playing right now.
true. But I
All
feel like
that
it's
shit.
gonna be one of those games where I don't give a shit. As long
It's
as
a
they
Ubi game.
don't
Yeah.
force that story on me and they kind of just let it be like a tether of me getting to point A to point B with the objectives and the objectives being cool, I'll be okay with it. But at the same time, I said the same thing with Watch Dogs 1 and goddamn, like I just hated that character so much that I stopped playing it. But the fact that you're not like super, one man like revenge story is just so much better.
Definitely.
More appealing to me.
Yeah, much better.
So anyway, we can
Other than
close
that,
this
though,
out.
yeah. As always, it's your boy Louther, joined with Nathan
What up?
and Greg,
Yep.
and sometimes Gabe.
Sometimes.
When he feels like showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can find us on Facebook /Nerd Outlet, Instagram @Nerd Outlet, Twitter @Nerd Outlet. And most likely you were hearing this on YouTube. And we're
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, please do.
Share with all your friends.
Yeah. Share with your family. Don't show my family.
Other than
Did I
that,
tell you
though,
guys? Hold on, before we go, did I tell you about that?
what happened?
I was hanging out with my it would have been, I guess,
Monday?
what holiday? Have we had a holiday recently?
Father's Day?
I think it was it was
Yeah.
Father's Day. Yeah, we went to my grandparents' house for Father's Day, and my grandma was like, "So you guys, are you still doing that podcast thingy?" I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. She's like,
you guys got a podcast?
she's like, "Are you guys on YouTube or
Is
anything?"
that
so
like
I can,
car
so I can
talk?
check it out? And I'm like, "Yeah, we're not on YouTube right now. Here, I'll show it to you next time we hang out." And I'm like, crossing my fingers. Hopefully, she doesn't remember me saying that kind of thing.
We're safe for your mom
Damn.
and your dad, but definitely not your grandma.
No, no, Lord, no. I'm gonna get that message like we're taking you out of the will after listening to your podcast.
For all the grandmas out there listening to us, word.
Yo,
Keep listening.
please,
They're the same ones they got to like play test Dead Space 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
that'd be dope. But anyway, guys, I think that's it. See you next week.
off.
Bye.